Okay, just a short video here, something important to say. 2:04 p.m. Wednesday, October 20th, 2021, East Coast of New Jersey Eastern Standard Time, or 10:04 GMT time. So I was just watching UnknownEagle, the official earthquake guy, the person I've mentioned before, and his calculations have been right on target with earthquakes and eruptions. And he talks casually in his videos, doesn't say much because he spends most of the time doing calculations and updating everything through his charts and the incoming earthquake reports. But he's pretty astonished at what has just been happening now with the eruptions, not only yesterday, but just now recently. And he made the statement that this thing is going to blow its mind tonight, meaning the Cumbre Vieja volcano. And he has warnings he puts in his description box, very extensive, for all different types of dates, all different types of asteroids, and the anticipated impact on at those times. So the biggest impact or point of concern tonight would be, don't hold me to this, I'm just making a statement, and also his calculations, that's all this is. Around 6:30 Eastern Time, again I mentioned GMT, that's why I mentioned GMT in the start of this, because that would be about 10:30 GMT time over in that time zone, or nearly midnight over in La Palma, put it that way. Major developments could start taking place. So overnight, these developments could start happening. Just in a general sense, let's call it early evening tonight, Eastern Time, into the night. And by the way, that photo I showed as the snapshot for this video is an actual image that I took right from a live stream that was recorded. So I thought it was very fitting, being that I just heard Eagle say that this thing is about to blow its mind, and he had put the time stamp. Well, he does on all of these equations and calculations. You know, it's not a specific thing, but around that time. So he mentioned the greatest chance for effects upon the volcano would be 2200 to 2400 GMT today, which again would be around 6:30 to 8:30 tonight Eastern Time. But again, this isn't a prediction that anyone's making. As far as specifics go and the time, just a general time frame, and that a certain energy would be incoming to produce possible major repercussions at La Palma tonight. There was just a pretty major earthquake right there that shook everything, shook the ground, and a major blast. I saw footage. It just blasted a blast of air. That was caused by this latest eruption here just recently. Sort of looked like a hurricane winds. That's not normal. This thing is escalating, in my opinion. That last quake was very powerful in the 5s. So they continuously get downgraded. So we shall see if anything develops tonight. If there's an escalation of this. Also, was an eruption over in Japan. I saw footage of that. It looked like a total explosion, almost like thermo. It occurred suddenly out of nowhere, just a major blast and large smoke going up into the sky. Now again, this is a worldwide situation that's unfolding here. There's like 40 or so volcanoes right now erupting, I believe. I might be wrong about that. And probably more that are coming alive here. There's a lot of major influences at play here, including solar flare energy, etc., all coming together and converging. Whether the full moon would have an impact, I don't know, but there's talk of that and so forth. energy from other quakes around the globe spreading to different areas, including especially La Palma, Canary Islands, and of course the little known aspect of asteroids and how they cause effects, and this is a major part of this here. It would seem, I have to word it that way. It looks like a lower vent that's been going off. A more minor one just totally erupted to be like I guess a major type venting now. I see a lot of white smoke coming from all around the volcano in different areas, sort of indicating more cracking going on in those spots, more pressure going around. In other words, not just at the top where the eruptions are, but spreading around the cone to the bottom to the ground. So that's not a good sign either. That smoldering, that whole mountain seems like there's openings, small fissures trying to break loose also. Also, the latest earthquakes were pretty large and also concentrated right on and right immediately at the base of the volcano. So all these things show that pressure is continuing to build, and now all these influences coming into the equation. So I don't know how well you could see that picture, that screenshot that I took. Otherwise, just blow it up like to 200 or 300, or else hopefully at the start of this video you'll see the image large on your screen there before you click to play. If not, I find that if I shut it off, if I haven't turned it on yet, but if I have, shut it off, put it all the way back to the start, keep it off, and then keep refreshing it, and usually it'll pop up instead of seeing me talk, like you'll see the picture of me right now. Instead, you should see that photo of that face that came out of the volcano. I didn't do anything to that picture. I have other crazy pictures. One looks like the devil himself in total red. I mean, it's ridiculous, with horns. So I thought that photo was perfect from what he just said, the earthquake guy, that this volcano it's going to blow its mind. It's about to blow its mind tonight. So I'm not doing this to be alarmist or to worry anyone. It's the opposite. I believe the rapture's very close here, so whatever happens, that's what we're looking for here. So take comfort and hope in that. You hear a lot of voices out there telling everyone right now to run for the hills. They should be doing this, doing that, be in fear. I'm not in fear. I'm close to the ocean in New Jersey here, central New Jersey. Have no fear whatsoever. I'm expecting Jesus to return, and this is just anecdotal evidence or what have you of that fact, and of me even being here reporting on it. That's the only reason, because Jesus is returning. And don't fear and don't worry about this. A lot of those other voices even report on volcanoes, and they don't have a, so-called pre-tribulation rapture belief. Also might say that we're already in the tribulation and that the mark is already here, and I don't believe that whatsoever. Nothing is going to happen until Jesus returns and takes us. 100%, I believe that. I always have for 42 years. And I've had the same anticipation of Jesus' return way back then when I first became saved and believed as I do right this moment. And, I'm not here to dispute doctrine about that, but I believe absolutely that's what Paul said and Jesus said, and that's what we can expect. Absolutely, Jesus to return before any type of judgment. This is a judgment. If anything like this happens, there's a break-off and a tsunami that occurs. And don't ask me what's going on with comments. Comments aren't coming through, or the notification I get, but don't show up in the video comments of that video, or half of the notification I see a sentence, but the rest is cut off and I can't see it. And just in general, there's like so few comments. I have no clue why this is. That's fine. No one wants to comment. I don't know. It just seems very strange. This has been going on right along here. only average like 1 to 5 comments per video. That's fine, but I mean, I just find it strange, very odd. So in my observation, the conditions in La Palma have been, from the start, deteriorating little by little, more by more, and becoming more serious. It seemed to be at a later stage here, though again, maybe things will calm down, you know, but things are just getting worse and worse, and there's no end in sight, it seems. Also, I had mentioned in a past recent video that if the quakes get somewhere in the 5s, and I believe they are now, well into the 5s, 5.0 to 5.5 range right now have already taken place, that might be an indication of something much larger to happen. It might not, but the trend here in all looks of things is that it is going to get worse here. Well, let me phrase it this way. If something much greater magnitude, I mean a real thumper, real sledgehammer quake happens, I don't think we would be here to experience that if that's going to be the final straw, final blow to things over there. Again, it's all my opinion. Again, nothing could happen. This could go on and on, so forth. So the point is that I've been making, that if and when it seems to reach such a stage as this, which could continue, it could go on and on. It could lessen. I have to keep saying it that way. But if it gets to the point like this, that could indicate something major ready to happen. So that's all I'm saying. That's all I've been saying. And again, I don't think believers will be here to see something like that if it produces what it's supposed to, or what it's anticipated to, or thought maybe it would do, as we all know, and a cracking off of the island. That's all for now. Might talk to you later tonight, once we all see if what develops. All right, God bless, take care. See you later.